Okay, so we are at our sewing machine. And we have our work all pinned and ready to go. Now remember those marks that you made here and here. We are going to be starting, so you want the marks to be on the left side, and you are going to start on the bottom mark. You're going to line up the edge of your fabric with the edge of the presser foot, making sure that you can see that edge sticking out just a little bit so you know that it's not getting kind of sucked underneath. And you are going to line up your work and the mark that you made with the presser foot. So it is right there under the presser foot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right under the presser foot there. I'm then going to make sure that I have my tails sticking out and that I have my scissors nearby. I'm going to take the turn wheel and I'm going to turn it towards me until it is down in the work. At this point, I can take out my first pin. So needle down, then take out the pin. I'm going to stitch down 4 stitches. 1, and then reverse. Now remember, you have to hold the reverse button down as you back up. You're going to reverse those 4 stitches. Then you are going to go back down, stopping your work about 1/4 of an inch away. So if you can see, there's still fabric. I didn't sew all the way to the edge. We are now going to do something called a pivot stitch. I've lowered my needle so that it is in the work. I'm going to raise my presser foot up, and you will notice, I'm sure we've all heard the word pivot before in basketball or dance. It's where you spin on one axis. So you are going to keep that needle down. That needle down acts like your foot that you can spin on. So you can see my work is not coming, I'm pulling it kind of hard. The work is not coming out of the machine, but it is spinning. It can spin around that needle. So I was here. I'm now I lift my presser foot, my needle is down, and I'm going to turn my work 90 degrees, lining up the edge of my fabric, making sure that the fabric is lined up with the edge of my presser foot. I lower my presser foot back down. I can remove my next pin at this point, and I'm going to sew 1/4 of an inch. As I get close to my next pin, I remove it. Oh, get to that nose pin, remove it. And I'm always making sure that there's just a little bit of fabric sticking out here, so I make sure that I'm getting all of it, getting both layers. I'm going to remove my corner pin, and we are going to pivot again. So we're going to work our way till we are almost 1/4 of an inch. If you're nervous about getting too far, you can turn the hand wheel, needle down in the work, lift the presser foot, turn the work, lower the presser foot, and continue to sew. About to pivot again, I remove my corner pin. I sew close to the work. I'm going to use the turn wheel to be as accurate as I can. I'm 1/4 of an inch away. I have lowered my needle in, lifted my presser foot, and turned my work. Now we are going to this is the bit of the curve. Everything else has been straight since now. So I want to make sure that I'm guiding, not pushing or pulling my work, but guiding my work and following that curve. I'll take out this pin while I'm here. And I'm going to go nice and slow. Nice and Slow. When you get to that nose seam, make sure you have everything kind of tucked the way you want it, and take your time. And you're going to work your way back. Nice and easy. Take your time. Now I'm getting close to my corner, so I'm going to turn my turn wheel, keeping my needle down in the work. My last pivot, I am going to lift my presser foot, turn my work 90 degrees, lower my presser foot, and continue on, finishing at that second mark that we made. When I get to the mark, I'm going to hold down my reverse button. I'm going to back up and then go forward again. I'm going to turn my turn wheel towards me till my little thread pin or thread guide is popping its head up from the top of the machine. I lift my presser foot and I pull my work out, leaving a good sized tail. I then cut my threads at my work. So it should look something like this at this point. And you are going to then also clip your starter threads. And that is the next round of sewing.